Hello there, everybody, and welcome to another Lone Crown show. I'm never gonna get used to saying that. Well, anyway, today I have another guest with me, and this time it's the great almighty Hazz3r. So welcome.
Hello. It's great to be here on episode 80.
Yes.
I feel very special.
Yes.
I feel like if you were to if you were to represent like the 80 as like two people, like the like Mark would be like the the big buff kind of 8, the big shoulders,
Yeah.
big legs, and I'd be just the 0, just the fat guy. So, yeah, it's kind of good. Let's keep going.
Yeah. So how have you been doing? I know you've been working a lot and that sort of stuff. So
Yeah, well, I mean, I just don't know how many people know this really, but since July of last year, I've been living down near London,
yeah.
working for a Japanese company called Renaissance,
Okay.
and I was doing a year's work placement there, which finished last Friday.
Okay.
So I finally finished work, and it was very, very tearful. I was like saying my farewell speech and things like that, and it was all like my HR manager was like, "Oh, you've done so well. I'm gonna miss you so much." And I on Friday finished, and then on Saturday moved back here, and then since Saturday, all I've been doing is trying to reorganize my life again. It's very strange It's very strange going and living somewhere for a year and then coming back to where you used to live, and not like. When I was at work, I was like, I said to them like, in some ways I felt like the year had gone very quickly, and that I was there for, I was there for a year, but like only yesterday it felt like I just walked into the building. I was just getting to know the people around me, and in the same way I feel like I've lived down there my entire life, and I wasn't very sure if that was a good thing or a bad thing.
Yeah. Well, I mean, a year feels like, a year, that's long. And suddenly it has all gone by, and you're like, holy shit, it's already been a year. By the way, I think I almost hit my 1 year anniversary of this, my podcast.
Yes, 1 year. Let's check live on the Lone Crown show. Let's do it.
I'm gonna check it actually.
Where's that date? Come on.
In the video.
50.
It was I have already hit it, which was 23rd of June.
23rd of June. So yeah, you're over a year.
Yeah.
Yes.
And I didn't even realize it.
Happy belated Lone Crown Show podcast. Amazing.
Yeah.
1 year. Let's get the champagne out already.
Yeah.
Come on, let's go.
Unfortunately, I don't have any of that right now. So I'm just gonna, in front of everyone who can see my webcam, I will celebrate with a sip of Coca-Cola.
And I will celebrate with a sip of Iron Brew.
Nice.
I can feel the diabetes already.
Yeah, did I actually do one on the 23rd of June this year? Because that
would have been funny.
Without even realizing it. I probably didn't.
1 week ago. It'd have to be episode 77. Yeah, episode June 13th.
No, 13. Okay, so I didn't do one. I only did
and then the
vlogs.
2nd of July. Sad times.
Damn, I missed that.
There's an opportunity there.
Yeah,
Come on,
exactly.
Got more on the ball with this stuff.
22nd of June is when I did a Crown vlog too. So, damn. I missed such a glorious opportunity. Just like that. That was talking about how a year can go by very fast. And suddenly...
Yeah. I mean, I really can't wait to get back on it with the YouTubes. With the YouTubes.
Yeah.
Because, like, in the past year, I've had terrible, terrible internet. Anyone who ever talked to me on Gamer Talk Live knows how bad my internet was
Yeah.
in the first year. I'd be cutting out and things like that, and it was horrible. My internet now is probably not very good, but once I go back to uni, I'm going to be on fiber optic internet again. It's going to be the best. I'm going to be able to stream again.
Yeah.
It'll be awesome. I don't know what I'll stream. I'll probably forget to stream. I'll probably get to that point and then be like, I'm just going to watch anime instead, Yeah.
That's just how I've been. There's a lot of games I'm like, oh, I should stream this, and then like week go by, I'm like, holy fuck, why? Like, maybe because I don't really like compete with other people, but I mean,
Yeah. There's no rush for you to like play games that come out, but at the same time, you're like, I like to play, and then it just gets it's like, I don't really know.
Yeah. For instance, I started playing RimWorld today. I saw Sips from the Yogscast play it, and I was like, damn, this is a really nice game. It's kind of like Towns and Dwarf Fortress and that sort of stuff, and it was so far it's pretty fun. I just play the first round of it, and it's going pretty well. From what I can tell, it kind of ramps up the difficulties the further you go into it. So because you have like pirates and that sort of stuff that's trying to attack you, and it goes from like one person attacking you to like 4 at once. So I'm like setting up sentry turrets like everywhere because since I watched like Sips play it, I'm like, yes, I kind of know what to do.
It's just tower defense games, or defense games in general. I'm just kind of like, I can't keep a track as much of things as I need to keep track of.
Yeah, tower defense games is a pain in the ass. I mean, I played Sanctum 2 with Doug X-World 8X. And yeah, it was funny because when we played it, he set the difficulty without realizing to easy. I was like, okay, maybe he enjoys playing on easy. But how am I to judge that? Like when we were done with, like, so, oh my god, we're owning this. I'm like, we're playing on easy, right?
This was so good. MLG Sanctum 2 players. Come on.
Yeah, I mean, I also played Sanctum 2 with my sister, and we'd reached all the way to the end stage. We never beat that. Because it's like, I almost feel like it's a little bit luck-based, that part as well.
Yeah.
Because then, like, it's just one wave. But that wave contains, like the bosses that you have met before, so there's the ones that can take down everything you built, and stuff like that. So, like, you have to
it's OP. Please nerf now. Nerf enemies now, please.
Yeah.
Well, I finally took the advantage to start playing some games today, since I've not been able to play games and do everything I want to do at the same time. So I started playing Assassin's Creed 1 last night. It's
that was a while ago. I mean,
it was glorious, though. Going back to it, I just when we were talking about E3, and we were talking about kind of Assassin's Creed and the evolution, we were talking about Unity. It kind of made me want to go back and start playing the Assassin's Creed series through again. And I wanted to for a while because I don't know what happened, but kind of last year or maybe the year before, I'd kind of transitioned my Assassin's Creed collection from Xbox 360 to PC.
Okay.
So I finally had them all on PC, so I thought, okay, right, I'm going to play through the lot on PC and like try and get back up to the point that I want to get back up to.
Yeah.
And just going through Assassin's Creed 1, and it's just so weird how different the games are. Like, it's bizarre. It's like, oh yeah, I've got to do this repetitive task 9 times, and this other repetitive task another 9 times, and then I've got to do this each of these repetitive tasks over 9 consecutive memories in different parts of the town, because that's fun. Amazing.
Yeah, all I must say, when it came out, I didn't have a problem with it because I mean, it's first game, you something new, like you don't really think about it that much. Then, or at least I didn't. But
Mm.
I the thing I liked about Assassin's Creed One, which I dislike about all the others, is the fact that it was so much more like you needed to plan your how you were going to take down the enemies
Yeah.
or and that sort of stuff, and like you made plans like, okay, if I go from this angle or do like this and that sort of stuff, and then it got much easier to fight in the other ones.
I mean, I literally just played through the first assassination,
Yeah,
and like I made sure to get like 100% synchronization, so I had all the information. And it
yeah,
was really interesting how it would say things like, "Oh, so in the southwest exit of the courtyard, there's these people that have issues with the guards. So if you escape through them, then they'll block the guards from chasing after you." I thought that was kind of just like another thing was like, oh, you can get to the rafters, so you can free run away and stuff like that. That was really cool. It's kind of like rather than the what would you refer to it? Like the kind of the set piece style assassinations that are
yeah,
in the later games. Like instead of that, it's kind of more like, okay, you have like a little sandbox area, and
yeah.
then you have to escape into the outer sandbox, and then
It would have been cool if they just completely gone by it like Hitman games,
yeah,
and you can do it however you like to do it. But
poison dart from the
yeah,
rafters.
I used like I don't know. I really didn't play the other many of the other Assassin's Creed games because I just watched a couple of it on YouTube. I was like, I don't know. This isn't the direction I wanted it to go.
And the main things that I love about Assassin's Creed are the settings. Just 'cause I think it's a history lesson. It's
Yeah,
entirely a history lesson.
yeah,
That's something that I absolutely love about the game is that they literally like I have a T-shirt and it has like a multicolored Abstergo logo on it,
yeah,
and underneath it says "History is our playground."
yeah,
And I truly believe that about the games. I think they really kind of do their research into kind of the kind of history that was going on at the time, the kind of things that you would see, and then try and put you in the middle of it. And
yeah,
like it was pretty poorly done for Assassin's Creed One, but I
yeah,
think they improved on that with like Assassin's Creed Revelations, where they put you kind of back in
yeah,
that kind of world and that kind of area of the world. But yeah, I think that's probably one of my favorite things. Probably one of the main reasons why I love the series was just because it's so. And one of the main reasons why I want to play through them all again because I want to see all these different periods of history again.
yeah. I'm quite interested into how they're gonna work with all the co-op stuff in the new one, because I mean everyone is skeptic too, but I mean also I feel like if they can do it right, it could be a lot of fun.
Mm. Drop in, drop out gameplay will not cut off your immersion whatsoever.
Yeah, I wouldn't have
Someone,
like an open game.
someone's
That's
materialized into your animus simulation.
yeah.
Watch as we stop and load for 5 minutes.
That just reminds me of Watch Dogs and the like. First time it took me into the online portion, I was like, okay, I'm doing this now, and I'm like, after I was done with that mission, I couldn't find the dude who I was supposed to catch, and he was like, he's hacking into your. I'm like, afterwards, I'm like, this is just.
Do
I'm
you
not.
remember how we told you in the trailers that it was going to be seamless multiplayer, single player gameplay? Well, that was bullshit.
Yeah. That game was so not something I enjoyed. I have played 2 hours, maybe 3 hours of that game. I can't bother to play it, and thankfully I didn't spend money on it.
I mean, I bought it for PS4, and I had time to play it for about 3 hours, 3 or 4 hours,
Yeah,
and then not soon after I bought it, or soon after I got it, I started playing it.
yeah.
I started watching a lot of anime. And ever since then, I've really not played many games at all, and only since I've come back I've moved back home, have I started playing some games again.
Yeah.
I'm kind of looking forward to getting back into Watch Dogs because what I played was fun, but it was a bit like I was just sat there doing side content for 3 hours. Like
Yeah,
it's
well,
all
that is like every single person who played the game. I sat there playing side content. There's no one that like, oh yeah, I started doing only the main missions. No one even cares about the main missions, which is like, it's great that you have made this great overworld and like all these interesting things. But I mean, it's also problematic when people don't care about your story.
I mean, it's kind of bizarre when you when like, I've been watching Assassin's Creed. I've been playing Assassin's Creed like today and yesterday,
Yeah.
and it's kind of funny how even in Assassin's Creed 1, you still see the formula that Ubisoft has stuck with for like the past 8 years when it comes to open world games. It's like we're going to have all these like side missions all around the city, and you go to specific points to do your main quests. But before you can do that, you've got to remember to climb the very tall buildings so you can unlock that part of your map.
It's just you wish that they like it's same with everything, like Far Cry.
Far Cry 3. Climb this, was it the radio tower?
Yeah.
Because yes, radio towers are definitely what affect your ability to read the map in the African wilderness.
Yeah, well, to them it sounded like a great idea,
Oh
probably.
my god. You can just imagine, right, in the Far Cry 3 development meeting, right? Just imagine there are all the suits sat around a big table, and they're like, right, we've had big towers, we've had more big towers, had more big towers. Now we're in the African wilderness. What we're going to use for a big tower? And this guy runs in, sweat covered, says, radio towers.
And everyone stood up,
everyone's like, yes,
standing
fantastic
ovation.
job, yes. Oh my god. Amazing. Give this man a raise.
That is a brilliant sketch that someone should do. Damn. I wish I had a bunch of people I could just do that sketch with.
Tall trees. Far Cry. At least in Far Cry 4, it'll be up to like mountains. Definitely.
Yeah.
Like, mountains with wingsuits that are not wingsuits at the top of them.
Yeah, he became some mountain climber as well. Apparently, that's
Oh, no.
and then you have all the fortresses because, I mean, that's what you did. You build fortress.
Damn you, Ubisoft! Change your formula, please.
That is why, I mean, the Division went from being something like unique, interesting, to being like, we're gonna make it our same formulas, everything was always done.
You want to unlock this part of the map? Climb this building!
Well, it's not, I don't think it's climb the building, it's you take over buildings.
Oh, fair enough.
So in New York, you take over the library or whatever it is.
We have established our base at the library.
Yeah,
now
exactly.
we can use the maps in the library to map out the rest. How about the library probably has the maps for the entire city? The entire city. Why don't we just, just read those maps? Nah, it's too much work. Sorry. What we're going to do is we're going to send out some high-frequency wavelengths from specific places throughout the city. And they're going to read and bounce back against the building walls, and we'll be able to get this high-tech map.
Instead of we just use a computer since it's New York and everyone
They're just like literally the same thing, right? Big board meeting full of suits. Big board meeting full of suits, and the guy's like, okay, so what do we do for the division? What do we do for the division? And this same guy runs in, and it's like, right, high frequency wavelength sensors, radar. Come on, radar from bases. We have bases all over the place. We can do the high frequency. And literally, there's a little guy stood right at the end, and he just writes his whiteboard, Google, library, encyclopedia.
Oh God. I mean, it probably we are probably correct as well.
Because I mean, you saw the Division. They've got all these like when they do the map, they have like a hologram type thing, don't
Yeah,
they? So they're definitely going to make some sort of stupid convoluted thing for getting the map together.
yeah.
It's going to be
I just wish one thing I remembered is from a bad Vin Diesel movie. I didn't remember what it's called, Babylon AD or whatever it's called. It was like in after apocalypse style world where only USA were like intact or whatever that you could live normally, and so and he had the like maps you can like flip open. You get like at tourism desks and that sort of stuff.
Yeah.
He had one of those and he just opened it up, but you could like it was digital, so he could just move and like it was a map of a whole world, but you could just move and pinpoint how you wanted to, like a GPS or something like that.
So weird.
Yeah, it's like it's stupid, but
I'll tell you what, it's kind of like the map from Far Cry 2. You play Far Cry 2?
No, I didn't.
Okay, so in Far Cry 2, right? You're supposed to be like in Africa. You're supposed to be in the African wilderness, like always. And he opens this paper map, right?
Yeah.
When you get in the driver's seat, there's a paper map, and as the paper map, as you drive around, the paper map moves like it's digital, like
so it's like
like it scrolls along. It's like, yes, this doesn't break my immersion at all. After Far Cry 1, which is arguably one of the most graphically intensive, immersive experiences of the current generation, you have Far Cry 2 with digital paper maps.
Yeah.
What do I know? I'm not Ubisoft. Ubisoft's all about the radio towers and the tall trees.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, I didn't play Far Cry 1 or 2. There was some points in my life where I didn't play as much games during some points. And I don't remember when Far Cry 1 came out. So.
Far Cry came out ages ago.
Yeah.
Ages and ages ago. Like, there's a big gap between Far Cry 1 and Far Cry 2. Because Far Cry 1 was made by...
2004.
2004, oh my god.
I didn't play much, like, games at that point, I think.
Well, you would have been like, what? Like, I would have been...
I would have 14.
11. I was 11 years old.
I was 14, and I don't think at that point I didn't really have a computer to handle that.
So Far Cry 2, who's Far Cry 2 made by? Crytek. Did Crytek make them all? I didn't even know that. Oh no, Ubisoft made them all. Okay.
Yeah, 2008 was Far Cry 2.
Yeah, and so Ubisoft made like Far Cry 2 and the rest of them, but Crytek made the original, because the original was actually good.
Yeah, well, you always try to do new stuff and that when you do new IP for the most part, and steal some of the best things from other games.
I mean, that said, I'd quite like Ubisoft to get like a Harry Potter license or something like that and make like an open world Harry Potter game. I think that'd be quite fun.
The thing I said is a Harry Potter MMO. I mean,
Harry Potter MMO where you just like go to class and you...
Yeah, you go all 7 years and you start at year 1 and then it's just like year 1 is shortest, and then for like the older you get, the more like can you do and that sort of stuff.
I'll tell you what I think would be pretty cool. If like just expanding on your idea that if the 7 years were actually real time. So the Harry Potter game was given like the game was given a life cycle of 7 years.
Dang.
And like so everyone started off in first year, and then if you started playing the game like after 3 years it came out, then you'd go straight in at year 3. but then like so everyone has kind of like you compete for house points and things like that.
Yeah.
And so like you're vying to be like the group that the house with the most house points at the end.
Yeah. And
Oh, cool.
the funny thing is, if the Pottermore stuff has taught me anything, is Slytherin will probably lose that. Because no one like Slytherin is last place, I think, in that.
Oh,
And
so
I think the most, I can't remember if Hufflepuff is usually one of the most.
Hufflepuff's overrated.
Yeah,
Everyone should-
everyone's like, oh, I'm gonna.
Everyone should be Ravenclaw. Ravenclaw's almighty.
Yeah, Ravenclaw is also like I'm like trying to see here. How do you see who is leading?
I don't know. I don't use Pottermore. Everyone's like, "Oh, go on Pottermore." It's like, no.
I went in it at the beginning because I didn't know what it was, and recently I went into it because they had she did extra stuff, writing stuff,
Yeah.
and I wanted to read that, like she did, like cup and stuff. So I have no idea how you look who is leading. Here we go. Leading is Hufflepuff.
God damn you, Hufflepuff!
Second is Ravenclaw. Third
Yes.
is Gryffindor.
Come on, Ravenclaw.
Slytherin is last place.
You can do it, Ravenclaw. Come on, use those brains of yours.
It's pretty interesting that way. That I find it funny those people that's has the most points, like 182,000 points. Like you feel like how much of a life do these people have?
They're probably just sat at work and they're like, Alt Tab, Alt Tab. Oh, I'm doing work, honestly. Alt Tab, no, I'm not. I'm earning points Pottermore. Alt Tab, no. Ah, it's weird. It's strange.
Yeah, but that would be a cool. Because my favorite Harry Potter game is the one. It's the fourth one when they do the Triwizard Champion.
Yeah.
Because that was co-op and I played it with my sister and had a lot of fun with it.
Yeah. I really liked the fifth and sixth games. Actually, no. In fact, I really enjoyed the second game because the second game was they made the Hogwarts castle like really expansive.
Yeah.
And like it was huge, and like you could literally like go outside like once you unlocked
do well
it.
and that sort of stuff.
Yeah, you could like go to classes and you do well, and then when you had like free time, you could go outside and you could
Quidditch
and you could play Quidditch. You could just like literally hop on your broomstick and just fly around the castle and explore the castle on your broomstick, and like you could like when night fell, like the prefects would come out and you'd have to avoid the prefects and things. It was good. It was really good. I really enjoyed it. That with more people.
Yeah. Yeah. So you've been watching a lot of animes. Which one have you been tackling?
Well, I got recommended by my friend Omar, who's otherwise known as Raiden the Blood Edge on the KingofHate.com forums.
Okay.
But I know him in real life, or kind of know him in real life. We've met up a few times. But he recommended me Attack on Titan. Like, obviously Attack on Titan is Shingeki no Kyojin or whatever you want to call it.
Yeah, I still haven't watched the last 4 episodes of that.
Really? Yeah. It's good. It's good. But
I don't know. It's and like it's just me who feel like that it takes too long for them to like.
The pacing on Attack on Titan is horrible.
Yeah.
I completely agree. I think the pacing is terrible. Like they stretch it out so much.
Yeah. That's my problem with it, and that's probably why because it's funny thing is I accidentally skipped. I don't know what happened when I accidentally pressed like jumped a lot of episodes, and there's like suddenly I was at the end of that, and but it didn't. Not much had really happened. I was like, okay, I could go back, but I'm like, no, I can't be bothered. So, yeah.
Hey, yeah. Hey, you accidentally skipped an episode. They've met one more person, and they've
Yeah.
moved about 3 feet away from where they were stood last time. It's like Dragon Ball Z, but with really big people.
Yeah. Yeah.
But no, I love the music in that. Like when I first started watching it,
the
my
music
favorite
is
part
probably
of it
what.
was the soundtrack and the music and
Yeah, the music
like-
is probably one of the things that like it's fantastic, and I can't complain about that.
I mean, yeah, like I watched that anime over Christmas, and then for some reason I kind of fell off. I fell back. Like it didn't get me to start watching anime. But then at the beginning, like it was kind of like, oh, this is a good show, but it wasn't like, oh, like it's just one good show. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, but then at the beginning of June, I was literally I was sat in bed. You know, it's like 10 o'clock, something like that. Got work in the morning. It's like, oh, let's find something to watch. And I was like, like I'd heard about this Crunchyroll thing. Crunchyroll's like a anime streaming website. And it's
Yeah, I've been watching that for years.
and it
Ever
supports the industry and things. So I thought, okay, let's give this a go. And I found an app, and so I downloaded this app, and I was like, okay, so what should I watch? I found Sword Art Online.
Yeah.
and Sword Art and I started watching Sword Art Online, and literally it was 10 o'clock, and by the time that I stopped watching, it was 3 o'clock in the morning. And
That's just typical how it goes with.
I watched the first. I would like to say it was the first 11 episodes, I think.
Yeah, so you watch the good part in one go. That's
Shh, no, shh. I'll give my opinion at the end. But yeah, so I watched the first 11 episodes, which is, I thought like it was like hardly into it, and then obviously like on the second night I was like really pumped to carry on watching it, and I watched like the next episode. It's like, oh, it kind of finishes there, and it's like, okay, so what's the rest of it? And so I watched the rest of it that night as well. And honestly, contrary to popular opinion, I like the second half more than the first half.
wow.
I really enjoy the second half. I think Suguha, Kirito's sister, is probably the best thing about the anime. I really like her character. I think her character is really interesting. I kind of like the stuff that she ends up going through.
Yeah.
But then I preferred the world in Halo compared to that. Sorry, that's going to be really. Someone answer this phone, please. Thank you. Damn it. Hi Harrison, I put a phone in your room because that's going to not be annoying at all.
Yeah, well, my opinion of Sword Art Online, I like the first season better than the second one, but I mean, it's not that it was bad. I kind of like the whole part where he is really powerful. I've always enjoyed that when the main character is really like overpowered almost.
I mean, I kind of like going on. A lot of people complain that like it's like, oh, you've got to get like the shonen audience, like whatever it's called, like you got to get like, oh, I'm so determined yet I'm so strong.
Yeah.
I kind of like how they actually explain that, and like saying, well, the thing is, Kirito's got like really fast. I think the way they explain it is like Kirito's got really fast reaction times with it in his brain. Like his nerves are amazing.
Yeah.
So they kind of like they actually justify that. Literally, Kirito is literally is like he is technically better at these games than everyone else. Just naturally better at them. So they kind of explain it that way. I thought that was really cool. But you kind of what you're saying. Sorry.
Yeah, and I enjoy that in shows where like there's a show Beelzebub where the main character is like more powerful than demons in that one.
Mm-hmm.
Everyone looks down on him when the demons and that sort of stuff. I mean, he's only human, and suddenly they're like knocked out. So I'm like, that whole show I loved. and the Sword Art Online. I enjoyed most of it. I didn't have a problem with it as much as some other people had, but I mean, I maybe the last episode was one where I'm like, this is just weird, like tentacle things. It's just
That's the one thing that I'm like, yeah, so everyone in this game is human apart from these two guys who happen to have an interaction with the main female character of the series. I wonder why we put this in. Anyone have any guesses? I don't know.
It's just, you just think, oh, Japan.
Oh, Japan.
How did I not see this coming?
Like, so how many audiences are you trying to get with this anime? No.
Yeah.
So you've got the girls. So you can go for like the young the young female audience. You've got the powerful main character. So that's the young male character. And you got a lot of romance in there as well, a lot of drama. So you got them slice of life people kind of happy, and now you got the hentai guys as well. Fantastic. Green light. Yeah.
Yeah, well, I mean, the only problem I have with most of some of the anime is when it gets a little bit too like sexist towards women sometimes. It's like I understand that it's okay in Japan, but it's really hard.
When
oh god.
After I watched Sword Art Online, basically I started watching a lot of anime, like a lot of anime. Like literally, I stopped playing games. Like I would play like maybe half an hour of like a game like every day, and other than that, I would surf Reddit and things like that. But after that point, I was watching like a good couple of hours at least of anime every day.
Yeah.
And I was kind of finding out that I actually really enjoyed things like slice of life and romance animes.
Slice of life they're fantastic because they do like characters so fucking well, and that's why that's one thing I enjoy the most when it comes to anime and also manga. I love reading and watching slice of life stuff because it's just so well done, and they can enter some tropes too much when it comes to other like anime styles, but slice of life they do it really well.
Yeah, like I mean, so I realized that I had like this kind of like I don't know, bias towards it. Like I really enjoyed it.
Yeah.
And so I was looking through and I found this anime called School Days. I know it was, but on the My Anime list, blurb, it gave the impression that it was like a really kind of harmless high school romance anime, right?
There is a erotic game based on it.
It's based on an erotic game.
Yeah, I know.
I did not know this. I did not notice, but I started watching it. By the time I finished, I was probably scarred for life. Honestly, it's horrible. You have to watch it, and it's horrible, and it will scar you for life.
I know what it is. I have watched it.
It's like, no, please, no. It's like, I mean, the only thing about School Days, which is the thing about School Days is that in some ways it's really good, but the only way it's really good is if you can manage to watch it from to the end. The problem is that it's probably one of the animes that is the hardest to watch ever, because you spend your entire time loathing every single character that they show you. It's like, yeah, I hate you, and I hate you, and I hate you, and I hate you, and I hate you. And you get to the end, it's like, I don't know what to say, really. It's like,
I'm not going to touch that one either.
I will never watch this again, and it was kind of interesting, but I will still never watch this ever again.
I really hard time rewatching animes, actually. I don't think... I don't think I've ever rewatched an anime. Is it?
I think it depends on the on the anime itself. I think some animes have like a really high rewatchability, whereas some others don't. I think
Yeah.
animes where kind of a lot of stuff happens. I think it's hard to make that make sense actually. Like animes that
Humor stuff is
yeah, humor
okay.
stuff is so
Yeah.
rewatchable. Like it's like I was watching, watched a slice of life called Yuri Yuri, like last week I think, and that's like it's literally just funny. Like
Mm.
that's it's just humor, and that's I could probably rewatch that now, even though I'd watched it last week. Like, really, really good.
Yeah. I really enjoy a lot of animes. I watched most of the stuff on Crunchyroll because that's uh, because I used to watch on Anime Freak, which has a lot of animes, but
Yeah,
it's really hard to like find a new one. Like, okay, or you just have to scroll, pick every single one, and like until you find something, because it's not really they don't present the animes really well there,
yeah.
and unlike Crunchyroll where you can like you see everything, there's a description to everything, and yeah, so Log Horizon is what
Ian,
is
I'm
one.
planning on watching that again soon. Well, I'm planning on watching it soon for the first time because
Yeah, uh, I really love it, and yeah, the only thing that's like stupid for like someone like me is the parts where they're gonna teach people how, like the parts where like they try to explain how MMO stuff in it works. That's the only part I'm like, that is for the people that don't really play
yeah.
video games or MMOs and that sort of stuff. So it's understandable that's in it. But
Hmm.
apart from that, it's really it has amazing potential because it's gonna be a second season that's come out in
Yeah, it's coming out at the end of the year, isn't it? I think
this autumn.
this
Was
autumn. So it's good. So yeah. So we're just into the summer. Oh, that's gonna be interesting. That because I mean that's gonna mean that Sword Art Online second season and Log Horizon are gonna be playing at the same time. Be interested to see what the ratings are if we can get any ratings for that. That'd be interesting.
Yeah, well, I mean, there's some people who have like started watching, like keep watching Sword Art Online, but there's also many people who
There's a
just
lot of people that just aren't watching it. They're not
yeah,
interested. Mm.
yeah, and so I watched the two first episodes of season 2, of Sword Art Online. Have you watched those?
Yeah, yeah, I've watched them. I mean, at the moment, like Sword Art Online remains like probably one of my favorite animes. So I kind of like how they do it. I
Mm.
like how they focus on the drama between the characters, and they just like the game. Like a lot of people, like when it came to Sword Art Online, it was like a lot of people focused on kind of the game aspects. It's like, oh, they don't like go into the game enough. They don't explain what's going on in the game enough. And I just always felt like that's not really the point. The game is
Yeah,
just
yeah,
the setting, where it's really kind of about the conflicts between all the characters.
yeah. I agree.
But I mean, and so kind of in that sense, like I wasn't too arsed, and like there was a lot of points that a lot of people felt were negatives that weren't. They didn't bother me as much. But going into the second season, if spoilers for anyone, um, they're going into this game called Gun Gale Online,
Yeah,
and it's looking really interesting already. I'm really liking this new character, Sinon, that
yeah.
they're bringing in. I think she's really cool. I put a post on the kingof8.com forums saying, yeah, I can't wait to see more about her because she's a badass, and just posted a picture of that pan over over her ass
Yeah.
that they did in the first episode. It's like, pun intended, pun intended. Yeah, some of the fight sequence in the second episode was awesome, so good. So I'm looking forward to actually, because they're still not gone into the series proper. Like it's still a lot of exposition,
Yeah.
like a lot of kind of introduction. So, but I'm looking forward to actually getting into the series proper and like getting some progression, some story progression going on.
Yeah, it's progressing. The first 2 episodes were really slow. I was like, okay, they're gonna take us like a really slow approach to this one. It will be interesting how, because like in the beginning of the in the
In the beginning of the first season, like they throw you straight in there,
yeah,
like throw you into the deep end. It's like, yep, we're in this game. Everyone's stuck in it, and you're gonna die if you die.
Yeah.
Go.
Yeah. And like they're like months
It-
go by, and you're like, shit.
It's like, it's been a month. It's been a couple of months. It's been over a year. It's
Yeah.
been nearly 2 years. We've finished the game.
Yeah.
Yes. But yeah, like I mean, according to some people, like in the first episode of Sword Art Online 2, that the talk that Kirito has with the government guy apparently like takes like half the first novel of that
shit.
arc. So apparently that the pacing is actually really good, according to what I've talked to people.
Yeah. Holy fuck! Half the book. Jesus Christ.
Oh man.
It's also funny people saying that Log Horizon is a ripoff to.
Didn't Log Horizon come out first?
Yeah, the graphic novel come out
Yeah.
before.
That's
Because
what
I wanted to check that when I saw it, and I saw that it came out before. So it's so funny to see everyone's like, oh, it's a Sword Art Online ripoff.
It's not really, because they kind of focus on the game a lot more, and
Yeah,
it's a completely different concept.
yeah,
Although I'm not familiar on the story itself. Like I know like they find themselves trapped in the game, but
yeah. Everyone who's like log into, they have a patch update, and everyone who were trying to be on at the same time during this patch update, everyone just got instantly put into the game as how their character looked like. So,
Yeah.
and they didn't have to look like themselves. Like,
yeah, I guess that's kind of cool. I mean, it's kind of I just every time someone says, "Oh, you copied Sword Art Online, you copied Log Horizon," I'll just turn around and say, "You copied Tron." Be quiet.
yeah, yeah, that's a perfect explanation.
I love Tron. Tron's such a great film. I watched Tron Legacy, the new one,
Yeah,
on Netflix a couple of days ago, and I really enjoyed that one as well. I thought it was really cool. It's like, but it's like they put so much Daft Punk stuff into it. It's kind of like, yeah. So how is this not an advertisement for Daft Punk?
Yeah, it's one. They put in the latest Tron Legacy into the latest Kingdom Hearts on 3DS.
Oh, did they? Oh,
Yeah.
that's so cool.
And the conclusion, how they ended in the Tron world, Tron is going to be in Kingdom Hearts 3, definitely.
As in Tron the character Tron is going to be in Kingdom Hearts 3.
Yeah, pretty much. At least the world is going to be.
The world's going to be in it. Hopefully.
Yeah, because how it ended, and because they like, it was kind of like spoilers for anyone who haven't played Kingdom Hearts Dream Drop Distance. Tron is got corrupted by the main person who is the bad guy in the Tron Legacy film. So he gets corrupted and taken over and forced to fight Sora and that sort of stuff. And Sora, who is friends with Tron, is doing everything to bring Tron back to. And it's kind of it kind of ends with I wouldn't say he. I'm trying to remember exactly. It was a while ago I played it, but I think he's fell off the like the grid or whatever. It is like you didn't reveal what happened to Tron, so that is going to be a big conclusion to in Kingdom Hearts 3. So that's a world I can confirm for people.
Yes, I'll probably buy it, even though I've never played a Kingdom Hearts game ever. Although I do own 1.5 HD Remix, so I will play it eventually. But I have a lot of games to play.
I wish I could play 1.5. I don't have a PS3, and I'm like, still, I wouldn't buy it just because I could. Like, I just wished everything came out for PlayStation 4. That's what my
yeah, I wish
was.
everything came out for PlayStation 4. I wish I could play all my PS3 games on PlayStation 4. No, I wouldn't have an issue, but no, I have to lug around this second console because
Yeah.
too many good Japanese games come out on it. I'm just like,
Yeah, and now all the Tales of game is all PS3
yeah,
games, and I was
exactly.
like, fuck, I should have bought the PS3 anyway. I haven't played the Tales of game since Tales of Vesperia, which was the only Xbox Tales of game. Really good one though, so I'm happy that at least I got to play that one.
Recently, I literally today, I told you earlier, I was doing, well, my mother and I were doing housework pretty much all day, trying to go through, we're trying to just fit my life back into this house. And I decided to go through like all my DVD and like game collection.
Oh,
And oh my god, like they literally, I have count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19. That's 19. In fact, no, it might be 18. In fact, I think it's 18. Kind of like DVD boxes filled with PS2 games and Xbox 360 games and PS3 games. And so I've probably got like over. It's got to be getting close to maybe 300 discs.
holy crap!
Like of like just random things. And I went through all these boxes and I pulled out like in the UK. I don't know if you're familiar, but like when you get like you used to have like official Xbox 360 and official PlayStation magazines, and they bring out like a demo disc. So you
Demo
put
discs.
you
We used to have that, but then it got really annoying. I don't
Yeah.
know, I think, and they just like you. I think you got the code instead
Yeah.
nowadays.
but when they were still doing demo discs at the time, and so from official PlayStation 2 magazine and like official Xbox magazine and then official Xbox 360 magazine, I've probably like of those 300 or so discs, like probably about maybe 50 of them were demo discs. It's like, why do I own these still? Like, let me go through some of the demo discs. I've got a Final Fantasy 11 online beta version for Xbox 360. I've got
Yeah, that can you use again.
Lego Indiana Jones, the original Avengers, WWE Legends of WrestleMania, The Chronicles of Riddick, Assault on Dark Athena, Guitar Hero Metallica, SmackDown vs. Raw 2007, Call of Duty 3,
Oh god.
Burnout Revenge, Rainbow Six Vegas, Cameo. I've got a Cameo demo. Oh my god, I might keep this one. It's probably like the first ever. This is probably like the first ever one to come out with a Cameo demo in it.
Yeah.
Need for Speed, and that. No, I gotta throw them away though. I gotta throw them away. Go away, never come back. But it's like I went through it and like I finally got everything like sorted. I'd been going ever since I started like playing PC games. I was transitioning like some of my collection over to my PC.
Yeah.
So I've put aside like a bunch of Xbox 360 games I'm going to give to a young friend of mine who's like my dad's girlfriend's son.
Yeah.
And he's like 12, maybe 11, something like that.
Yeah.
So I'm going to give him like a bunch of my Xbox games that I never had that I have on PC now.
Yeah.
And so like it's kind of things like I'm worried of what to give him because I know that his mum has let him play Grand Theft Auto 5. So it's like, I was going through. I was like, should I give this to him, knowing that his mum will probably let him play it? And like, I pulled out like Aliens versus Predator, and I'm like, no, I can't live with myself if I give him that. And the other one was Fear. I had Fear as well. I was like, no,
Oh god.
no, he will have nightmares. He will have nightmares. But then like, so I've given him like a bunch of Lego games and Tomb Raider games. And I've given him the entire Assassin's Creed series up to Assassin's Creed 3. So it should be good. I feel like a good person for giving away my games. It's what happens when you don't trade things in.
Yeah.
It's just
One thing I always thought of very interesting with the like I played GTA 3 when that came out. Or
Yeah,
was I was
I played GTA since I was 8 years old. Something like that. I started off with GTA 3.
GTA 3 2001. Yes,
Yeah,
so I was 11 at that time, and
I was 8.
the funny thing is like I think it's better that like me and my cousin who used to play we don't know better. We never saw like it really what it was, or like oh you can like there's hookers, there's this and that. We were like yeah, we just take cars, like get tanks, blow everything up. We never really like paid attention really to the story and that sort of stuff.
Yeah.
And I think it's for the better. It's better for us. Maybe that point that we didn't really understand it.
Mm. It's like because I met this kid for the first time like about a month ago now. I was there. I was with my dad for Father's Day,
Yeah.
and they were talking about it, because I was there and so we had something in common. So I just started talking to him about games, and my dad's pipes up. He's like, I don't know, there's like lots of cool stuff to do, but you just go around. You just go around blowing people up and stuff. And it's like, what are you doing? It's like, he just doesn't know anybody. He just likes blowing things up, I guess.
Yeah.
But it just reminded me of what Dara O'Brien said at the BAFTA Game Awards in March. It's like when it comes to like games like Grand Theft Auto, like there's even though there's a lot of violent content, not everyone does everything.
Yeah.
And like Dara O'Brien, it's like like this trailer's amazing, and like there's cars and there's planes and there's a man standing on a train and then jumping off as it crashes into another train. It's like when I play Grand Theft Auto, I just drive around and then occasionally I buy a new jumper.
Yeah. It's interesting, like when they did the shift for GTA 4 and made it more the story.
Yeah, it's all gritty.
Yeah, I was like, when I was done with that game, I was like, I only felt like playing the story. I didn't like everything else was like lame and uninteresting. So when I was done with that, I was a little bit disappointed because I'm like, I already beat the whole game. I'm like, I'm done with this. And like, I don't know, I don't feel like doing like anything in this world.
I don't like anything in this world.
No.
It's horrible.
Yes.
It's like, do you not want to go bowling with whatever his face is called, Roman, for 3 hours? Like, you want to go play darts? You want to play pool? Like literally, it's like a dating sim more than anything else.
Yeah. The dating part is so bad as well.
Oh my god.
It's funny. It's teenager, but you really, it's like you have to be 18 and over really to play the game, technically. So it's hilarious to have like, we have teenage style dating sim. Yet many teenagers should be allowed to play this.
It's funny because like you're on the dates, and like they make it so that your dates judge you on like really superficial things, like the car that you pick them up in, and what you're wearing. It's like, yeah, that totally makes sense, outside of, oh, I look clean. No, it's got to be from this specific brand of shop that my clothes are from in order for me to pass this part of the date. Like, what are you talking about?
And then you just dated a lawyer just so that you could get out a free get out of jail card.
Yeah. I ain't going to jail. I'm not going to lose any of my guns.
Yeah. Anything else you would like to talk about?
Well, I must say, I really need to stop playing anime. Well, watching anime. I need. See, this is my problem. Like, anime is like replaced games. It's wrong. It's all wrong. What's going on with me?
For me, it goes like in waves.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
like I have times where I'm not interested in watching anime at all. I'm like I'm playing games, I'm watch TV shows or something like that, and then suddenly like came out a bunch of new animes, and I also went back and watched Hamatora, which is the one that I wanted to finish, and then suddenly I was back into just watching animes again.
So, I don't know. It's the first time I've ever been proper into it. So like I don't know. I've always been a fan my entire life. You know, like watching Dragon Ball and Yu-Gi-Oh, because Yu-Gi-Oh is the best thing ever. I literally
Oh
like
man, Yu-Gi-Oh! I
Yu-Gi-Oh is
watched.
like my childhood. Like
I
that's just what it
I
is. My
watched.
childhood.
Have you also watched like every episode of Yu-Gi-Oh? Because that.
I've watched pretty much the entire like first part all the way through. So I've definitely watched like the entire Duelist Kingdom saga. I've watched most of Battle City, um, and like going through Mag, and then after that I kind of dropped off.
Yeah.
And then I've watched a lot of the was it GX? Was it Yu-Gi-Oh!
GX, yeah.
Yeah, I really liked that. I thought GX was awesome. I thought that was really good. And
Yeah.
then you get onto what is it like Yu-Gi-Oh! 5Cs or whatever it's
5D. It's
5D,
It's
which is-
really bad.
called. The stupidest thing ever. Now they're doing what is it Yu-Gi-Oh! Zexal.
Yeah, I watched the whole first season of Yu-Gi-Oh! Sexal because wanted to. I watched up until they hit the tournament, and
Mhm.
I always love the Yu-Gi-Oh! Usually does when tournament stuff really well when it comes to anime. So I was like, oh yes, I want to like watch the, and then I got finished with season 2 when it ended with the tournament, and now it's like, yeah, we're going back to how this was from the beginning. I'm like, this is dull. I'm stopping here. So season 2, starting of Sexo, wasn't greatest.
Mm.
5D was really bad, and yeah, Yu-Gi-Oh! EX really great. Last season they never did it for English because one, it's really dark.
Try and watch the sub then. Maybe.
Yeah,
Might-
it's really good. It's like Yuki, or this is now Jaden. I can't
Yeah.
remember if
Jaden.
yeah, I can't remember what his Japanese name because it's like everything just blends together.
Yeah.
So Jaden, he is like from the beginning of the series, he's all like humor and happy and all of that. But the last season, has no humor left, and he's all dark. And
All dark and mysterious, wearing black. It's like
yeah,
it's like with those the skull guys from the first season. From the first season of Yu-Gi-Oh.
yeah, he basically just snaps. It's or no, not just snaps, but he is like he has seen so many like people die and that sort of stuff that he's like isn't capable to like be the normal Jaden anymore.
That is something that's always made me laugh about Yu-Gi-Oh! Is the fact that obviously in the English dubs and stuff it really like the original anime was really quite dark because it had a lot of death in it,
Yeah.
death over a children's card game.
Yeah.
And the way that they managed to change it for like the English version, it's like, oh, you don't die, you go to the Shadow Realm.
Yeah.
It's so weird. It's like, what's going on? And like it got to the most ridiculous point where I think near the beginning of the Battle City season
Yeah.
of Yu-Gi-Oh, there's like an arc where Yugi is having a duel with some like clown type magician guy.
Yeah.
And he's like, as you lose your life points, like this,
You
this
get closer to-
this spinning blade of dark energy. Which,
Yeah.
if you touch it, will send you to the Shadow Realm. Was like when in reality it was
Yeah.
just a spinning blade that was going to cut your legs off eventually.
Yeah.
It's so
I
funny.
remember that. It's like if he gets captured by the person, and it's
Yeah,
like he's some sort of dungeon and that sort of stuff.
it's ridiculous. Yeah, I think I might try watching the sub for Yu-Gi-Oh because I've never thought of doing it before. But I'd like to see, guns and things, where there were guns and things and people dying and
Yeah,
all that kind of stuff. So,
yeah. I I love Yu-Gi-Oh! GX actually more than the first Yu-Gi-Oh! Because I mean, there's like a lot of stuff that doesn't really make that much sense, like compared to like the card game itself in the normal first Yu-Gi-Oh!
oh yeah, so, you mean like Yugi just getting random cards, just
Yeah,
suddenly. Look at this new powerful card that I've got suddenly that I've never used in another duel before for the Master Dark Magician Ultimate guy.
yeah. That's something like you watch like uh, uh, the sexual one. It's so funny. Like every single fight is exactly the same. They get out the most powerful card the first turn. Like the bread and butter card, they get it out the first turn. I'm like, every single fight, I'm like, okay, he's gonna sacrifice his 2 minions directly and get out his best card. Like you could bet on that sort of stuff, or just have a drinking game for every time. Do that.
It's literally like the what do you call it? Like you just find an anime that there's these like emergency things to suddenly make the characters stronger. So like in Dragon Ball Z, it was the time chamber.
Yeah.
Like, the hyper dimension time chamber thing. It's like, oh, our character's gonna go in there, he's gonna come out, and he's gonna be like 100 times stronger. And it's just like that. It's like, oh, he needs to win. We need to give him something. Let's give him this ultimate card.
Yeah.
Yes.
And you also know, because you have 40 cards, that you will just get that one card that's going to add to your collection.
He has 41 cards now. Whatever is that extra card?
Yeah. I like I enjoy them when they do like like different styles of fighting. That's why I think both the first Yu-Gi-Oh series and Yu-Gi-Oh EX, they like, you didn't get out the best card every fucking single time. Like the fights were pretty different from each other. They were like every single fight is the same thing. That's how Yu-Gi-Oh Sexal is, which is one of the reasons why I really stopped watching it, because it's just, you know by heart what's going to happen. Or at least how it's going to start, because the both of the like characters is going to get out their best card in the first turn. Then from there,
Then one person's gonna win, and then there's gonna be a twist, and it just goes on.
yeah,
No, I agree with what you mean though with the Yu-Gi-Oh. Like they do the tournaments really well. Like the Battle City tournament was awesome.
Yeah.
It was such a good season. Like it was amazing. But
yeah, and I love watching Yugi's best friend. What's his name?
Joey.
Yoi. I mean, because there's like, you never know what's going to happen in his fights, because he's like survival.
He doesn't have to win.
Yeah, it's survival every time, and he's like, it's that sort of deck. I just play Yu-Gi-Oh sometimes for fun with like PS2 emulator, because and meeting a deck that like the style that Joey has is really fucking annoying. Like it's actually a really good deck. It looks like it's like he just like trying to hold is always up against, like, everyone seems so more powerful than him, but I mean it's much tougher than you realize. So yeah.
Oh, I used to try and play those Yu-Gi-Oh games. It's not good. It seems like a lot of grinding for a lot of them. The first one I ever played is on PS1.
Uh,
It's literally just like, yeah, so you got these
I,
terrible
I, I play
cards.
I played on PlayStation 2. I played the tag team one. The first one, whatever, is really grindy. But the like the second or third one don't seem to be it. But then you have to use it's on PSP, or I think it is. I tried to get the emulator for that. I couldn't get it to work properly, so I just have the tag team one.
Hmm.
It's pretty okay, but it's pretty grindy. So
Oh, well,
yeah, I think we are closing down on. It's 1 hour and 10 minutes. I think that pretty much does it. I
oh
think,
man, so what is that? So we're nearly 1 hour and 10 minutes.
yeah,
So that's 70 minutes. Hmm.
yeah,
Okay. Well, I think I've done my job.
yeah. It was pretty good. Talked anime, talked games, stuff that
Yes.
we enjoyed.
Stuff that we enjoy. And I'm going to go and watch more anime. I've actually started watching. I watched the first season for over a couple of first season a couple of days ago, and I'm watching the second season, K-On!, which is like some bizarre slice of life music show, and
Okay.
it's really strange.
Well,
And
yeah. I mean, it's a lot of like,
there's a lot of cute girls doing cute things, and there's nothing ever bad about that.
yeah, yeah. I a lot of stuff on Crunchyroll is really good. And Hamatora just had its second season, really great. The Irregular at Magic High School, I really love that one.
I've been eyeing that up actually. Regular Magic High School.
It's like it's just up my alley of like anime, so I really love it. So yeah, I've been watching that one. Yeah, I
School days. How can you be on? It's actually censored on Crunchyroll, which it's not. It's not so bad.
Oh
I watched it
god.
on a different site, and it wasn't that censored.
uh, yeah.
Okay.
Yes. So plug your stuff.
Okay. So, I guess first of all, you can follow me on Twitter at Hazz3r because it's HAZZ3R. And that's probably the best place you'll be able to find me. You can also go on my YouTube, and there'll probably be more stuff come on that YouTube come September, but there probably won't be much until then. So that's going to be youtube.com/Hazz3r, which is actually spelled IHZZ3RI. And that's going to be it for me, I think. So
Yes. And for me in the future, I have no idea what's going to. I'm just gonna continue just doing podcasts, and maybe I do more sketches like my Dragon Age Inquisition one. I wish I could do a lot more of those, but it's not easy getting the ideas, and also
yeah,
like you can do it because, for instance, the Far Cry 3 ideas, like the
you just
Ubisoft.
need a lot of people.
Yeah, exactly. And that's like, damn, I can't do that. It's a really great idea, but I mean, unfortunately, I can't do that. So, yeah, I might just. No, fuck, I don't have the.
You should just find like a radio tower somewhere, right? Find a radio tower somewhere, and like just climb it in like a business suit. Right? You're wearing a business suit, and you're like, as soon as you get to the top, and then you actually get like a decent picture of you, and you're just like as you see like the front of you for the first time, you just see the Far Cry 3 developer like badge on your front, and I just there's a light bulb goes off. It's like I have an idea.
Oh man, that would have been. Oh man, if I could only do that. People would be like, that would be like something you could post front page on like Reddit gaming and that sort of stuff, and it's just, man,
You gotta find one of those crazy Russian guys that climb things.
yeah. Yeah. So people can find me also on my Twitter at Story of Crown, and apart from that, I don't really use anything else. So It's easiest
What about
way.
their YouTube? You know, this place where they're watching this?
Yeah, they probably
Yeah.
like if they
They
like
don't know where this is. Come on, you gotta remind them. Remember, you just remind them. You know, make sure they click the subscribe button. Everyone, come on,
Yeah, yeah, come
click
on.
the subscribe button. Come
You
on,
can
like
also
it,
like it or
favorite.
comment whatever. Like you can do whatever you like. I appreciate if you didn't dislike it, but I mean, like if you gotta do what you gotta do if you really hated it that badly. Yeah, so thank you all for watching, and I will see you guys some other time. Bye.
Bye.